How do you like my spiffy shirt?
You look so handsome.
You look beautiful. Looks like we're going out on a date. Maybe we are.
Maybe we are. Maybe you should wear that shirt because it's so cute.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I just might.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
Welcome to
Us.
the Lovebirds.
2 peas in a pod.
Well,
We've been asked this question a lot since we started our channel, so we figured this is a lovely time of year to tell you guys the story of how we met.
yes. So, welcome to our love story.
Yeah. And so, this is how we met. I said, hi, how are you?
I said,
Hello.
howdy.
Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.
Except not really. So, first of all, let's start with, we often get asked how long we've been together, how long we've been married.
I'll let you handle this one. I'm bad with dates.
So, we have been putting up with each other for almost 11 years.
35 years.
No, we've been together for 11 years, and we have been married for almost 4 years. It's about 3.5 years.
It only feels like about 3 1/4.
So how we met is actually, I think it's pretty unique. Do you think it's unique? I think it's unique.
I think everything about us is unique.
Yeah, I think so. So this is kind of like if you're destined to be with somebody, it will happen. Like if you're meant to be with someone or meant to do something in life, it will happen, because Kyle and I lived in completely different cities, hours apart from each other.
About 2.5, 3 hour drive away from each other.
We had no idea that each other existed until a New Year's Eve 11 years ago.
Yeah, so New Year's Eve 11 years ago, I was out.
This was when MSN was popular, by the way. MSN Messenger.
If you kids won't know this, but there used to be something online called chat rooms, and MSN Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, stuff like that. But it might be way too old for some of you. Some of you might remember it. But
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we believe that things happen to you in your life when you're ready for them, and things happen for a reason. And the way we met, basically proved that to the both of us. So New Year's Eve 11 years ago, I was single, unhappy, ready to make big changes in my life in the New Year's. I was driving home from a friend's house. I was parked at a stoplight. I got hit by a drunk driver. So totaled the side of my car. I was already in a pretty bad mood because of just where my life was at. I wasn't happy with where I was at with my body. I wanted a serious relationship, and it's funny how everything worked out, but I was actually thinking that, as a lot of people do on New Year's, we make resolutions and stuff, and mine was to get a serious relationship. I hadn't had that, and I wasn't willing to settle for just anybody. So got hit by a drunk driver, already in a bad mood. That put me in a worse mood. So there was nothing I could do with my car that night. I went home and I said, you know what? Let me try something crazy. And I had never done this before, but it had been getting popular about 10 years ago at the time to go online and meet people. Mm-hmm. And I had heard from a bunch of people that they've tried it. And so I said, let me go on. At that time, you could search for people in your area, but you didn't know exactly where they were. But I knew you could search for people that were in your province. At least we're in Canada, so it was the same province. But anyway, so I messaged Nicole.
Yeah, I was at a friend's house celebrating New Year's, and we went on MSN Messenger to message some of our friends Happy New Year's. And all of a sudden, I got this message from this, I was assuming it was a guy. There was absolutely no profile, no picture, no nothing. Nothing to tell me who this person was. Now, normally, that was an automatic delete and block for me. I never accepted messages from anyone that I didn't know or that didn't have a profile of any kind. But something in my gut told me that it was okay and that I needed to answer this person. And it happened to be this beautiful thing right here.
And at the time, I was like, my worst nightmare would have been to have any picture of me taken, let alone be put out there to somebody, like a potential date or somebody that I was interested in. So that was not, it was not happening for me at that time to have a picture of myself. I was too embarrassed of how big I was, the way I looked, and it just wasn't happening. So I'm like, I'll take a shot. I know it might not go anywhere, but I just took a shot.
So anyway, I answered him back, and it was an instant connection. And I think we talked for quite a few, for a few hours online.
It was pretty crazy, yeah.
And then that sort of led into a year of messaging each other back and forth like that online. And then we eventually started calling each other. But we wanted to sort of play it safe, and especially because you never know with online, we wanted to make sure that, it was real, which, I mean, it immediately felt real to me. It was, and I'm generally really good at reading people, and so is Kyle, and in my gut it told me that this was a real connection. So we talked for an entire year before we decided to meet.
Yeah, and I think we both kind of knew it was different, so there was no need to rush things, and we didn't want to really rush it. So the online, like the emailing and chatting, led to, phone conversations like Nicole said.
And they lasted for hours. Like, we would just talk about everything and
we
anything.
would sit on the phone till it died, or till it was morning.
Yeah, our cell phones would die.
Yeah.
And it was also long distance. So we would be calling each other with those calling cards.
Yeah.
And then eventually we decided to meet. And obviously one of us had to travel to see the other one for it was about a 3-hour drive. So Kyle came to meet me. And, of course you're a little bit nervous, but it was, okay, this is one of those, I can't think of the word right now, but cliche, I guess. But I already knew I loved him before I met him. I know that's weird, but
we had talked so long, and we had really strong feelings for each other before we met, it sounds weird, but...
And I had no idea for an entire year what he looked like. I had a picture of myself online. He didn't. So I already knew that I loved somebody, and I had no idea what he looked like, or if it was even who he was saying that it was. And of course, a picture, he didn't know that it was me either, but we knew in our gut that it was each other.
And we both had safety plans in case one or the other was a serial killer, so...
I had a friend that was going to call me and check in at a certain time, and I had a safety word.
And I had to check back home, say, hey, I got here, not dead.
And it ended up, we met, and again, it was like...
It was like the connection we had online was just instant, it just continued, and... That was it? That was 11 years ago, and we've been together or talking before we got together every day since.
We spent the first year that we were dating, from that day on, we were dating, doing long distance travel. So we only spent weekends together, and we spent the holidays together and stuff like that. And I remember how hard it was separating after spending 2 weeks of holidays together. It was I started to cry when I had to go back to, my life without him, being there all the time.
We had both had pretty, crappy lives and a lot of stuff going on, to where meeting a person like Nicole, it meant a lot to me. It was different than, like I said, different than anything else I'd ever had before. So we were instantly connected because we were the rock in each other's lives. We helped each other. We've been through so much stuff in the 11 years that we've been together, and we can't get into all of it, but it's been some crazy stuff we've been through together.
Yeah, and so that's kind of I guess it is a cliche, if you're destined to be together. We knew we loved each other before we even met.
We were two wandering souls in the universe that were destined to just...
And wander together.
Yeah, something like that.
And of course, like, we were both really unhealthy, and you guys know, like, we eventually realized that we wanted to be healthy for each other and ourselves, and then we got on this fitness journey. But, you know, like, we wanted to share our story with you because you were asking for it, but we also thought it would be a great way to sort of give you motivation for whatever you might be struggling with, or whatever you think you want in life, but you think that you don't deserve it, or that you're never going to get it. And we want to tell you, like, we always knew that there was somebody out there for us, and that there was something better for us than what we were currently living through.
We also knew that we would change our physical bodies one day. We would figure out how to get over our emotional eating, our eating disorders. And it just so happens that together, you know, we had the same problems, but that made us stronger, and it actually helped us get through those things. And we were each other's support system for a lot of years. And the mental development together as a couple was there too, to where we were together for what, 7-8 years before we just said, why don't we just get married? Why are we waiting? But I think we needed to grow first. Like,
yeah, I think you're right.
And we didn't put, like, there was no pressure. We just we were just ready one day, and we just said, let's do it. And we had a really different wedding too. We had a Halloween themed wedding, and it was awesome, and it was us. It was us, and it was fun, and we always do exactly what we want to do. And
now, before we got healthy, we let other people influence the way that we lived, and you know, even our wedding, like we always say, we kind of tried to keep other people in mind. So we didn't go as Halloween as we wish we would have. And if it were now, it would be a lot more us than it was. But it was us. So, you know, what we wanted to say was, we always knew, we didn't know how we would get healthy or how we would get better, and we didn't know who we were going to meet, but we knew we were going to meet somebody that we were meant to be with.
And we weren't ever willing to settle. For just somebody that would be with us. That wasn't an option for me. And I know Nicole, when we were talking, it was the same for her. She wasn't willing to just take what she could get, even though we were mentally and physically pretty sick, you know, for most of those years leading up to us meeting. We still had something in us that said, don't settle. Don't settle for what you have in your life right now, or who you have in your life. So obviously, like, we both dated people, and we always just knew it just wasn't worth it. We didn't settle, like Kyle said. We knew that they weren't right for us, so we moved on. Same with other things in life, friendships, you know, jobs, whatever. We knew those weren't right, and we kept moving on until we finally found what we knew we needed to find and what we were meant to find. And so sorry to interrupt you, but things will happen to you when they're meant to. So if you are meant to or destined to do something or be with somebody, it will happen. It might not happen right away. You know, it took us years to find each other. We didn't even know that each other existed, but we did. We found each other. And you'll find what you're looking for. You just need to be patient, and know that everything that happens to you in life, every little thing is a stepping stone to get you to where you are destined to be. And if you are changing your life and your mind, you've changed over, just know that not everyone is going to be supportive of you. And that was the huge benefit of having Nicole. We were on the same page. We got sick together, and we got healthy together. So if you are changing your life and you don't have supportive people, just know that they will come to you. That positive energy that you're starting to put out there, it will all come back to you. It might, and it'll be the time when it's perfect for you in your life. It'll just happen for you.
Yeah. So, you know, every time you think positive, like we were saying, it brings positivity into your life. It will bring positive people and positive events into your life. So we hope you guys enjoyed this story. And just know that good things will happen. Whatever you're meant to do and be, and wherever you're meant to go, you'll get there. Because we did, and we never thought we would be here.
No.
With each other, you know. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you guys for all your support and kind words. You guys are amazing, and you really inspire us to keep going. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, and
for this video,
don't forget
to like and subscribe. There's no fist of doom. There's a kiss of doom.
Bye, guys.